Okay, I would like to call the Personnel Board of Review meeting to order, and I would like to invite Vice Mayor DeRosa to administer the oaths of office.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And let me just take a minute to thank you all for your service. I so appreciate it. We were talking earlier about just how important it is to have the right infrastructure in place, the right citizen involvement in place, and we so very much enjoy your service. And so we're going to spend a little time. We're going to invite Jim and do his oath of office, and then we're going to because we're not sure. We've completed the oath of office when the last renewals were in place because of COVID and a variety of other things. So we're going to do that this morning. How's that sound? So I guess we'll start with the newbie. How's that? Jim, you want to raise your hand? Okay. If you please repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, James Renard,
Do solemnly swear that I will
do solemnly swear that I will
faithfully execute the duties as
faithfully execute the duties as
a member of the Personnel Board of Review
a member of the Personnel Board of Review
for the City of Dublin,
for the City of Dublin,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and the ordinances and charter of the City of Dublin, Ohio.
and the ordinance and charters of the City of Dublin,
Ohio.
Ohio.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Denise, you ready?
I am.
All righty. If you please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Denise Kessner,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties as a member of
the duties as a member of
the Personnel Board of Review
the Personnel Board of Review
for the City of Dublin,
for the City of Dublin,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and the ordinances and charters
and the ordinances and charters
of the City of Dublin, Ohio.
of the City of Dublin, Ohio.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Great. Congratulations. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
All righty. And Bob, you ready? I state your full name.
I, Bob Bowers,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties as a member of
the duties as a member of
the Personnel Board of Review
the Personnel Board of Review
for the City of Dublin,
for the City of Dublin,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my abilities,
preserve, protect, and defend
serve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and the ordinances and charter
the ordinances and charter
of the City of Dublin, Ohio.
the City of Dublin, Ohio.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for your service. I so appreciate it. And the
Thank you.
city council and the residents appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think we are officially ready to call roll.
Ms. Kestner,
Yes.
Mr. Bowers,
Present.
and Mr. Renard.
Present.
Excellent, thank you. I will now open the floor for the nominations for the chairperson.
Can we nominate Jim Bernard?
I knew I should have spoke up. Now, I need to ask a question. I mean, the gentleman that left the personnel review, he was an attorney. Yeah, yeah. And when I was on the board for the several periods, the chairman was the attorney. So we do not have an attorney now on the board. Is that correct? Personnel
correct.
Review Board? Okay.
Unless, Mr. Bauer, are you an attorney?
No, I'm former school superintendent.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Who's going to second that?
Well, I can second it.
I thought you would, Bob. Thank you.
If you want it.
Okay, then we will vote on that motion. Mr. Bowers,
Yes.
Mr. Renard,
Yes.
and Ms. Kestner.
Yes.
Excellent. Chair Renard, it is now your meeting.
Well, thank you very much. How much time are we going to allot to this meeting? I'm just curious. I'd like to know just a little bit of background in terms of what's happened with the Personnel Review Board, say in the last 6 years.
Well,
anyone-
your first order of business is going to be to get yourself a vice chair.
Got it.
Okay, so you will want to get some nominations for vice chair.
All right. Can I ask for a nomination for vice chair?
I'll make Kathy. Denise, I'm sorry.
And I can second that.
Okay, then let's have a vote. Mr.
Mhm.
Bowers,
Yes.
Ms. Kestner,
I don't suppose there's any denying it. So yes.
and Mr. Renard.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And now you're welcome to discuss whatever you want to discuss.
Yeah, okay. Just a little history from whoever is attending the meeting on, say, what's happened with the Personnel Review Board, say in the last 6 years.
I think I've been on it for 6 years. Haven't you, Jim?
Well, I have, but it's been more than 10 years ago.
Oh my goodness, we have not had that many instances. So between, having the strength in Homer and then Jennifer, I've fielded a couple phone calls from time to time, but nothing. And I don't think any of the phone calls, I think maybe the only thing we've communicated about back and forth has been like candidates. On occasion, I'd send somebody over who saw a position posting, but I haven't fielded any phone calls since Homer was, held the position. And I think our last in-person meeting, gosh, Homer was definitely in the role, and it was quite some time ago.
2 years ago, I got sworn in.
Goodness, I want to say it's been longer than that. And we met at the rec center to hear through a case, but we haven't had much in the way of activity, quite
Okay.
honestly.
It's been that way for a long time, then I assume. It's the same when we were, when I sat on the board before, that we actually had only one formal hearing in that time that I was on the board. So I was just curious as to how active it's been, and it sounds like it's pretty much the same. So and I will just throw one thing out. When the last time I sat on the board, we had talked about the possibility of offering our services to other municipalities, other suburbs. I don't know the legal ramifications but I just thought as a board, if we could be more active in assisting where we can, either internal to Dublin or external.
Mm.
The only thing is I'm not here to rock the boat or create more work. It was something I had talked about, seemed like a good idea with some of the city council members, but it really didn't go anywhere. So I wanted to bring that fact up.
I know that I personally support Jenny over at the chamber from an HR perspective. In fact, I have some work to do for her today. So the only other thing I could think of internally within the city, and I don't have an interest in personally going outside the city, partly because of bandwidth, partly because this is where my heart is. But I don't know if the director of HR for the school system has a need for any support from any of us. But other than that, that's the only thing I could think of.
That's a good point. Maybe because of our backgrounds in HR and human resources, we can be a resource as an individual as opposed to the personnel review board itself. Leave that intact and just offer our services. So, Jenny, that would be what I'd offer, personally, in addition to what we do on the personnel review board. So, is there any other business we need to discuss or that you would like to bring up at this meeting?
No, I think just Jennifer, for you, I hope that you will see us as a kind of an advisory board as well. If you ever have a question, I don't know if you know much about our backgrounds, but if you should have any questions, if you're working on an initiative or you're looking for, you're looking for candidates, or interns or something, I hope that you would send us out an email and just say, hey, this is what I'm working on. Have you ever done this? Or do you have any resources so I don't have to reinvent the wheel? So I don't know if I would hope that you would know that you could reach out and ask us that type of question at any time.
Well, I appreciate that very much. I will certainly utilize you as a resource. Thank you.
I mean, you're wicked smart too, and you've got a fantastic reputation. So I don't know if there's anything, but I've been in HR for 28 years. I know I don't look it, but I don't know, just like anybody else, you create these libraries, these resources, these networks, and just I would hope that, again, if you're starting on something, you reach out and just say, hey, is there anything that you have or anything that we can be of help to, especially now with recruitment so tight.
Yes. Well, thank you. I can definitely, at a minimum, start sending out our vacancy announcements to you so you three can help spread the word wherever your networks are. We're always looking for new and unique ways to find new candidates. And yes, it's always great to have an additional support group. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Good. Well, other than that, if there are no other additions from anyone, I propose we close the meeting.
Second.
Is that good with everyone?
Yep, second.
Thank you.
And I will do better. I'm looking at the name list again, and there's a Jenny and a Jennifer, and I will have to keep those straight. So I apologize if I was directing it to the wrong